Imagine waking up and realizing you've lost $20 billion. Not over a decade, not during a year-long recession, but in just 48 hours. That is more money than the entire yearly budget of some countries, evaporated in a single weekend. This isn't just a story about a bad investment or a market dip. It is a story of a man who was already banned from Wall Street, yet managed to manipulate the world's biggest banks into lending him money he didn't have, to buy stocks they didn't know he owned. His name is Bill Huang, and for years he was known as the Ghost of Wall Street. He operated in total silence from a nondescript office, building a massive empire until one Friday in March 2021, when the entire global financial system found out exactly who he was. To understand how Bill Huang could lose $20 billion, we have to look at where he came from. Huang was what they call a tiger cub. This is an elite group of hedge fund managers who were hand-trained by the legendary Julian Robertson at Tiger Management. Huang was brilliant, deeply religious, and incredibly aggressive. By the early 2000s, his own fund, Tiger Asia, was a massive success. But Huang had a dark side. He was a gambler at heart. In 2012, the SEC caught him in a massive insider trading scheme. He was forced to pay $44 million in fines and was effectively blacklisted by major investment banks. But Bill Huang didn't stop. He turned his fund into a family office called Archegos Capital. This allowed him to operate in the shadows. Now let's look at the technical magic that allowed this. He used a dangerous financial weapon called a total return swap. In a swap, the bank buys the stock and holds it. They give the investor all the gains for a fee. Huang's name never appeared on public filings. He did this with Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Nomura, and Credit Suisse simultaneously. Each bank had no idea he had massive positions with others. By early 2021, Huang's buying was so massive that he was driving the prices of stocks like Viacom CBS and Discovery higher by himself. He was managing $20 billion of his own money, but he was controlling over $100 billion worth of stock. It was a house of cards. On March 22, 2021, the bubble finally popped. Viacom CBS announced new shares, causing the stock price to dip. This was a death sentence. The banks issued a margin call. They demanded cash immediately, but Huang didn't have it. The banks realized the scale of the disaster. Goldman Sachs and Morgan Stanley dumped billions of dollars of Huang's stocks first. This caused the stock prices to go into a vertical freefall. In just 48 hours, Huang's fortune was gone. Credit Suisse lost over $5 billion, leading to the bank's total collapse a year later. In 2024, Bill Huang was found guilty of 10 criminal counts. He faces decades in prison for the largest private trading loss in history. His story is a reminder of what happens when greed outweighs common sense. Who is the next ghost hiding in the shadows of the market? Were the banks victims or just as guilty? Let me know in the comments. I'm Crash Report, and I'll see you in the next breakdown.